Intro.
All right. So today, I just suffered through. I don't want to say I suffered through Think Before You Sleep's video. It's more like I suffered through the content that he was covering because, my goodness, that stuff was heavy. So I decided, let's look at a Rev video. This one seems like it's going to be fun because Rev's about to make a lot of people very angry, and I'm very curious what Rev means about that.
Rev.
Yep. So this looks like it's going to be fun. We got Flynn Rider from the Rapunzel movie, and he's got all the swords pointed at him, and we got to have the no VTubing opinion. That
I love that meme, lol.
It is a good meme. What VTubing opinion that would get you like that? I think my hot take for VTubing opinions is that artists do not make inherently good entertainers, and that really anyone can do VTubing. I don't know if that's spicy or not. We'll see. We'll see what Rev says.
Hey, what's up, guys? Rev here. So every time I see one of these threads on Twitter, I know it's a great opportunity for some content. So if you're not familiar with this type of post, it's asking for hot takes on VTubing, whether it's VTubers themselves or the related communities or whatever. And unlike a lot of the people who are either delusional or too afraid, I will give you the actual answers to some of these. You don't have to agree with all of them, but I think where I'm coming from is pretty reasonable because it's largely common sense at this point, okay? So let's jump right into it. The first one says, too many VTubers deal with drama like we're still in high school.
Drama's just easy content. Don't know what to tell you. People still watch it. High School Never Ends. What's that band? They did the Phineas and Ferb intro. Was it Bowling? Not Bowling for Soup. Oh no. Well, now I gotta look it up. Grok help. Is it Bowling for Soup?
It might be Bowling for Soup.
It's a good song. High School Never Ends.
That was my first thought.
I think it's Bowling for Soup and Ferb intro. Who wrote the Phineas and Ferb intro? Okay, Bowling for Soup. Got it. Yep, it was Bowling for Soup. The whole wide world is just as obsessed. Who's the best dress? Who got the money? Oh, I broke my model. I stood up. I didn't even stand up. I just moved to stretch. VC face.
Yay.
I have brought ruination upon myself. I'm small again, and now I'm large again. I would really like for this to stop happening mid-video. That'd be nice. But that's why people watch, I guess, because I'm absolutely not professional. I don't know why people watch me, but thank you. I appreciate it. Anyway, my take on this take is drama's easy content. Let's see what Rev says.
Yes, a lot of VTubers and content creators generally, they are reliving high school. Except with VTubers, this time they're reliving high school with an attractive anime girl model, which ups their levels of delusion and...
I'm not an attractive anime girl. I'm just a dude. And I'm a doggo boy. Inu Mimi. Not furry. Different category. Get cultured. I just have dog ears. Woof. I cover drama because it's easy content. That's what I do. That's why I do it. Because it's easy. And cover politics sometimes, and it's I feel like I'm a category error here, Rev.
Narcissism even more. And the way they handle drama and controversy, as well as interpersonal issues, is very high school. You know how many Google Docs I've seen dropped?
Oh man, I was just thinking about Google Docs. This is why I don't bother with the community aspect of it, because it's not fun. Not fun. There's nothing enjoyable about it. Why would I even bother dealing with the community at large? Most of them are rabid leftists anyway, and if they found out that I refuse to engage with a special thing in the month of June, a lot of them wouldn't even dare get close to me. So, what does it matter? I would probably end up in the leaflet side of things.
Conservative ones are based, though.
Yeah, you got leaflet, Kirsch, Rev. I don't know why people think Smug Alana is a conservative. Alana's just kind of apolitical. She does whatever. But no, Genuinely don't get it. Anyway,
on people over the slightest of disagreements, or people having public feuds over things that could be settled with a quick exchange of private DMs. But yeah, a lot of people reliving high school, and it is very, very pathetic. Now, of course, this one will generate a lot of response. This person says, a lot of VTubers complain about parasocial behavior from fans, but the simple fact is many present themselves as sexually available and willing in a very personal sense, and not just as an act. At that point, you're basically bringing it on yourself.
this is just an objective fact. I don't know what else to say about it. Like, yeah, no, that's exactly what this is. You want to complain about people being parasocial? Stop trying to like directly appeal to them on an individual level. You can talk to the general audience or whatever, is fine. You can just chat with chat. That's fine too. But there's an obvious boundary there. So this, like,
They live on the sex sells model. So baseball, huh?
yeah, baseball, huh? And then they complain about it, and it's like, yes, I'll be your anime girlfriend. And no, that you don't get to complain about that if you're like actively encouraging that behavior. It's like Pokimane. Now I think about it, a lot of these ones are a lot like Pokimane.
Now, a lot of people on Twitter will read this last part and say, uh-oh, you're victim blaming.
Oh, man.
Well, unfortunately for them, they have no reading comprehension based on the context up here. And also, the people who are angry about this last part are probably guilty of the previous part. Can I tell you how many dommy, mommy VTubers who have like Fansly accounts and cater to the girlfriend experience and have like nothing but sexual content and always present themselves as available and single, who go around and say, oh my gosh, how did I attract all these lonely men?
I wonder. Rev just spitting straight facts here. My goodness. Like, oh my goodness. I can't.
Dummy mommies are probably compensating for something IRL.
Something land whale. Something.
That is your core audience, pretty much. That is what you're catering to. Do not be a shocked Pikachu face when you attract lonely weirdos, when you present yourself as available and all of your content is sexual and you provide a girlfriend experience. There's so many VTubers who do this and are shocked at the results. And recently I even saw a VTuber who I'm not going to name because I think they just want attention, but they posted a selfie that was safe for work. And they're like, oh my gosh, all the people in the replies are saying sexual things to me. This is horrible. I was looking at their account. Literally the previous post was them practically naked.
I don't know what to say for that. Like, what do you expect? That's all I can really say. You do what is it? Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Yeah. So they keep playing that stupid game, winning that stupid prize, and they stop liking the stupid prize. I like the attention, but I also don't like being an object. Blah, 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 blah. It's not even you. It's your avatar. Okay? Good grief. Ugh. No.
And that's really all of their content. And it's like, really? It's all an act. It's very performative, just like many things in the VTubing scene. But here's one. VTweeters are not VTubers.
That's just, again, objective.
I'm guessing that I don't do it for them, I do it for me. Argument doesn't work for their anonymous VTuber.
I mean, why? What is there to do for you? I can just do thirst trap art of my character, I guess. What even? What is that going to do? I don't know. What does that do for me? The face I wear, so that way people don't see my real face. What? Oh my goodness.
It gets all dumb.
It is all dumb. VTweeters are definitely not VTubers. These people who are like, I'm pre-debut, blah, 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 blah. So many of those are just scam accounts hanging out, and they're like, oh, well, I'm building up a following on Twitter first before I do a debut stream because I don't want my debut stream to be, cringe and lonely. I hate to break this one to you, but debut streams are really only for orgs. If you're not going to be with an org, you shouldn't worry about a debut. I didn't do one. I'm not going to do one. Like,
I didn't know V-tweeting was a...
Yeah, it's really dumb. It's really dumb. It's like make your own anime OC and then tweet into the ether. Anyone that's seen my Twitter pretty much knows that I post whatever brain rot is on the mind at the moment, usually involving Little Man and whatever struggles with parenting I have. But this kind of stuff, oh man. I do reserve the right to make any and all dad jokes because I am a dad.
Maybe debut a model or something, but debuting to even start, that's dumb.
Well, yeah, no, it's just better to hit go live and start making something. You can't grow if you don't even do anything, right? You can't win the game if you don't play. Good grief.
We asked for hot takes, ma'am. Yeah, this is very agreeable. In case you don't know what a VTweeter is, it's someone who does pretty much everything a VTuber does except make actual content. Mm-hmm. It's very funny. Okay, they'll pay for models, or they'll plan on getting models. They'll shape their entire account like that of a VTuber. They have all these big plans, but they never actually do anything. In fact,
yep. I really have to go to the bathroom. Sorry, we'll be right back. If you're asleep when I get back, I understand. And we're back. Okay, sorry, I had to use the bathroom. I had spicy curry last night. We'll just put like the spicy food. Spicy food tends to make me have to use the bathroom. Anyways, let's continue.
The closest thing they do to making content is tweeting and virtue signaling, largely because that gets a lot of seal clapping from fellow VTubers. Mm-hmm. Let's go to the next one. This one is actually the reason I discovered this thread. This is getting a lot of conversation, and you'll see why. Okay, hot take. The VTuber community preaches diversity and inclusion nonstop, but it's an echo chamber. Left-wing or super progressive views get endless claps and collabs, while anything right of center or even moderate conservative instantly triggers hate mobs, cancellations, and no collab lists. Real friends in a healthy scene should let VTubers have wildly different political opinions without torching relationships. Grow up. True diversity means tolerating views you disagree with, not demanding everyone thinks the same.
Ooh, great facts. But also, I don't believe diversity is really something worth celebrating or striving for. In fact, it's just a feature of humanity. 2 humans in a room is diversity. Literally. At the first principles level. Otherwise, there is really no point to even push for it. So, yeah. Anyone that pushes for diversity has really no sense of values to me. I don't see it as a goal. It's a feature. Moving right along.
So let's talk about this first part. Yes, a very large number of VTubers spend their entire online presence preaching about diversity and inclusion, and the second someone has any differing opinion on anything, they are ousted, they are blacklisted, they are harassed, they are excluded, and sometimes even worse. Even worse things are wished upon them. But yeah, I want to point out something here. This next point is really important. If you're a VTuber watching this, please listen to this next part, okay? This tweet has nearly 10,000 likes. Now, of course, people are screeching about this. They're seething about this take. But overall, this post has, by far, leaps and bounds, the most support among the hundreds of responses to this thread. Wow. And there's a reason for that. The people supporting this, sure, there are some VTubers in there, right? But the majority of people supporting this post are VTuber fans. I know, that's shocking, right? Something that's appealing to the actual fans, the people.
Well, that tells me there's a hole in the market. My goodness. If you're a conservative and you're a VTuber fan and you're watching people constantly lambast you for being right-wing, I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense when you think about it. That means they're completely underserved, which means we have a niche, baby. I kid, but still. I'm also just not on X very often. I have it pulled up, but I rarely post. You can follow me on X. It's what is my X? What is my X? I'll get it pulled up so we can see it. Come on, internet, a little faster, please. A little faster, please. All right. Oop. No. Yeah. There we go. Bye. Oh no, I messed up. All right. This right here. You could also find it on my YouTube channel. But yeah, if you want to follow me on X, feel free. If you at me, I might respond. More than likely will. It depends when I see it, though. Otherwise, do whatever. Do whatever makes you happy. Anywho, I forgot what I was going on about. Whatever.
People you're supposed to be entertaining as a VTuber, crazy stuff. Well, these fans who are supporting posts like this, they see this pattern of these virtue signalers, the endless virtue signalers in the VTubing scene who are hyper progressive. You can call them woke, whatever you want. And that's like all they do is lecture and preach, and people are tired of it. The people who constantly preach about inclusion don't want to include anyone who thinks differently than them. And in this particular case, anyone who's right of Mao Zedong political.
Right of Mao Zedong. I guess that's fair. I really don't like to deal with anyone left of Reagan. To me, that's really far left. If you're left of Reagan, it's really hard for me to take your opinion seriously unless you're like shoe on head. Make of that what you will. Nah, I don't really despise anyone on the left. It's more of a case of I just think half the time you're misinformed or you don't understand history. And then if you're a compulsive virtue signaler, I just don't take you seriously. So like if you come into the comments and mauled or whatever, or you come here to vent, that's a good way to eat a ban very, very fast. I welcome constructive feedback. I also welcome just jokes and fun. But if you come in here and just say something like rah 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 rah, I'm just gonna either ignore you or ban you. That's just how it goes. I also don't hide the ball there. I do absolutely hide channels from my comments and stuff like that because, well, it's just kind of toxic. And sometimes you gotta prune the dummies to make things better. Anyway, moving right along.
Is not welcome. Okay, people see this, and it's true. There's no study you can pull up, but if you just watch the VTubing scene on the Western side of things, there is overall a very left-leaning, hyper-progressive sort of viewpoint that is shared by the majority. Okay, yeah. And they might be the loudest as well, and that just doesn't line up with VTuber fans. VTuber fans are all over the place, and proof of that.
I guess for reference, see Aki, Doki Doki Aki in that whole situation.
Is think about the most successful indie VTubers. What are they? Almost all of them are apolitical. They don't talk about anything because they don't want to exclude or isolate a potential audience base because they care more about entertaining people than virtue signaling and sharing their political opinions or trying to impress other VTubers. That's the problem here. A lot of these VTubers who are very hyper-progressive, they post about the modern thing every 2 seconds because they want to impress not VTuber fans, but other VTubers. They want the seal claps from the other VTubers. That is more important to them than actually building an audience. And that's tragic for them. Think about it. How many super outspoken, hyper-progressive VTubers do you see out there with a tangible amount of success, like a long-term career level of success as a VTuber? Practically none. In fact, some people would say zero. And it's not that surprising because it doesn't line up with what VTuber fans actually want. And then
I'm actually having to think about that. There's some org ones, but not any in the indie scene. So yeah, I guess he has a point.
Think about, what is this moderate conservative or anything right of center? Like, what does that even mean? Well, this is a good point in the replies. Crazy the amount of VTubers I have seen labeled as alt-right for simply reacting to a shoe-on-head video. I have seen multiple VTubers who are, not problematic in the eyes of all these other VTubers for the longest time. Then they reacted to a shoe-on-head video, and all of a sudden now they're an alt-right. They're alt-right, and they are blacklisted, and they're...
Shu is not even right-wing. The Shu is very much left-wing. What is this nonsense? I guess she doesn't, capitulate to the cultural henpecking, but still... She's not right wing.
Terrible, and now they're free to harass and dogpile anytime you want. I have seen this play out multiple times. And then you have posts like this saying, Girl really just said, why am I being penalized by other VTubers for being a bigot? It's not fair. Then
attributing motive. I award you 0 points. That is not an argument. No examples given. Paradox of tolerance. You need to push back. If you just silence them and move on, that's not intolerating the intolerance. Like you have to be willing to engage with the argument. Good grief. Good grief. Ugh. Yeah, no.
See you to talk about VTubers in SS uniforms and applauds Kirsha and Nines. Oh, of course. So I think their comment about this right here was that they said a VTuber tried to do this gimmick, provided shock value. And, personally speaking, I think it was cringe and stupid. But yeah, they mentioned that, that got a lot of attention, even though it was negative. And then they lumped that in with applauding Kirsha and Nines. And it's just like, we see kind of what you're doing here. On top of that, being penalized for being a bigot. Yes, that's right. Anything that is not lining up with your views 100% is bigotry. And then we have this post saying, really hoping the dam breaks and all the big apolitical VTubers come out as woke to make it even harder for you guys. Yeah, I wouldn't hold your breath on that one. That's never going to happen. Let's move on to some more hot takes. Sorry I spent some time on that, but that was a pretty important one right there. VTubing is just a medium, and the VTubing community doesn't and will never exist.
This is so true. Oh my goodness. It's to say otherwise is just collectivizing for no reason. Why would you? Never mind. I'm gonna exhaust myself.
Correct. There is no such thing as the VTubing community. There's no hive mind of VTubers, but obviously there is a scene. There's like culture to it, but the most important community you can ever have is your community. That's it. That's all you should care about building, not appeasing a VTubing community where you're impressing all these VTubers and trying to fit in with them. Work on building your own community. That's it.
But Rev, that's so hard. You know how hard it is to get started from nothing. Nah, I'm kidding. But it is legitimately challenging, but it's worth trying at least. So many of these V-tweeters never even go live, and they just kind of virtue signal, get those claps from the others that ideologically align with them. But yeah, no, so is what it is.
That's the best thing you can do. This isn't a hard job. Correct. Yes. Being a VTuber comes with very unique challenges, and that's true with content creation, right? You face things the average person's not probably ever going to face with their regular job.
That's a hot take.
But please, be humble and understand it's not that hard.
It's not
that hard.
Take.
It is a great privilege to be able to make content for a living. It's something I'm very appreciative every single day. I think about it all the time. Super lucky. So get off your high horse. Understand there's challenges, but don't be a Hassan Piker saying streaming is harder than a 9-to-5 job or anything.
No, shouting into the void is super easy. You just kind of keep doing what I'm doing, talk to no one, and then eventually someone's going to watch and think you're crazy enough and funny enough to watch, I guess. I just kind of ramble half the time. But if you are watching, hi. I see you in particular. Whoever you are. Thanks for watching. Sorry, I'm a little delirious. I'm watching the baby monitor, little man, all this. Anyway, moving on.
Like that. Cringe. But let's move on to this. VTubing is not inherently a LGBT or liberal space. It is literally just a different way to stream, and literally anyone with any views can do it and shouldn't be shunned.
This is another VTubing is just a medium take. Like, not a hot take. Mild. Come on, people.
Because they hold different values. I run into this a lot as a Christian who happens to be a VTuber. If you want to instantly rile up a hornet's nest of so-called accepting and progressive people, come out and say you're a Christian as a VTuber. Good luck. You're going to be harassed. You are now open for attack because in their eyes, you just committed the ultimate form of bigotry. You have completely dehumanized yourself, and now they're going to harass you endlessly. That is the way it works, unfortunately. But again, if you focus on what you actually care about, and I always recommend keep your circle small. And if it doesn't really work out with fellow VTubers, touch grass. That is an option. You can touch grass and get your.
But Rev, I'm allergic to plants. Plants make me miserable. I'd rather just log off and play a single player game, or play with my son, or talk to my wife. Literally anything else, because these progressives are insufferable, and I don't have to suffer them. That's what the block button's for, or the mute button.
Interactions with people in real life as well, and quite frankly, it's typically a lot better. But anyways, yeah, VTubing is just another means of producing content, and it shouldn't be inherently anything. But unfortunately, a lot of the VTubers in the scene, especially the most loud people, try to exert certain values, and it might be frustrating at times, especially for someone like this. But the best thing you can do is just focus on yourself, ignore them, understand that a lot of it comes out of jealousy and mental illness as well.
Little man woke up, and we are back. So, quick update on things on my end. There is now a baby on my lap, and if the model gets a bit weird, it is because VC Face is tracking him and not me. The little man woke up, and then when I put it back in the crib to go back to sleep, he resumed his war on sleep. So, here we are. I have a baby on my lap. I'm going to watch the rest of this video and give my thoughts as we go. I get to live the vicariously terminally online life through Rev here, even though Rev is hardly someone I would describe as vicariously online. Or not vicariously, terminally online. Anyway, let's go.
A lot of the pent up anger that people are constantly spewing all over the place on Twitter as a VTuber. But yeah, the best thing you can do is focus on yourself, focus on your community, and understand that a lot of these crazies in the space are, well,
just that.
They're just that. They're crazies. But let's continue on. A bunch of copy-paste lookalikes attacking anyone who sticks out.
Huh? I'm actually kind of outside this space, even though I technically fall into the category of VTuber. So, what exactly is going on here? I hope Rev explains this.
This is very true. There are a lot of copy and paste. Right now, the VTubing scene is about, let's see, let me check my watch here. About 5 years past oversaturation. Okay, like literally everything is so oversaturated at this point. Like everything's been done before, pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay, it's very hard to be unique and to stand out, but it's something you should try to do, and you can do it with your model, or you can do it with your content. Whoa, who would have thought of that? Yeah, that's the best thing you.
But there's so many that don't do content at all. I do react because I don't really. What else is there for me to do, really? When I got this little man, I really can't afford to go into like long-term rant videos or anything like that. Copy Rev or whatever. I mostly just catch up on things because I'm behind. I'm a dad. I have a baby. I have a baby to take care of. But I still want to make some content. So I give my thoughts on events as I see them. Usually that involves watching a video covering these events. Oh yeah, no, I get it. And it's a meta for a reason. There's different types of takes, I guess. A lot of people treat it like watching a video with a friend. Totally makes sense to me. But like, what am I just going to start gaming or whatever? Do what Kirsch does, go over all these articles and things. I don't have the time to be terminally online. Like when you got a wiggly little man on your lap trying to get comfortable because he's getting sleepy again, but he doesn't want to admit he's sleepy because he's got that war on sleep, but he's listening to you talk. Yeah, no, I genuinely don't have time to do anything like more high intensity than this. But hey, it's just how it goes. Usually I stream when he's asleep. This time he woke up and he's chilling with me on my lap. He's a good little guy though. He's being real quiet right now. You might hear him. Anyway, yeah.
You can do to stick out. But yeah, there are a lot of copy-paste lookalikes. They see what a big indie VTuber X does and they think, oh, if I look close to what they look like, I'm going to stand out. No. It's the exact opposite. It's going to make you even more forgettable. So if someone's looking for, a certain type of VTuber design, right? Are they going to watch the fresh new indie with 10 viewers, or are they going to watch the original with 5,000 viewers? I think the answer here is very obvious. But of course, I like this last point being made by Banana Juju, who we've talked about at least like 2 or 3 times on this channel. Attacking anyone who sticks out. Wow, they would know about that. If you don't remember the lore of this VTuber, they got dogpiled by who? Not the VTubing fans, VTubers, for having a fair-skinned model with dreadlocks. Apparently based on their real-life appearance. VTubers lined up in droves to harass this person. It was a coordinated, massive harassment campaign, and guess what happened? A lot of VTubers got their clout from other VTubers and impressed them with their very progressive views. But Banana Juju went from like a few hundred followers to like tens of thousands in a matter of days. because VTuber fans rally behind someone being a victim of a harassment campaign by these hyper-progressive VTubers, and also just liked what they saw and enjoyed.
In all fairness, she didn't deserve that. If I get dogpiled, I'm probably going to deserve it because I like to instigate. I don't know, if clips of me go viral in the wrong spaces, I could get dogpiled for no reason. But then again, I don't think that would really bother me too much. Because at the end of the day, I'm in that phase where it's like visibility is the goal. So it would be really foolish to dogpile me. I'm not even at 100 subscribers on YouTube yet. I'm like, 23 followers on Kick? I have a Twitch. It exists. I don't use it. I stream unlisted to YouTube. But yeah, no, I get what she's saying. I really do. Usually it's the inverse effect. If someone's unfairly treated, usually the fans will step in. But they also have to like you. So there is that. And the followers don't always translate to live viewers. But sometimes they do. Anyway, visibility, publicity, all that. I suck at that. So what do? I do a bit of instigation. Either way. I'm glad she's doing well because of the backfire cancellation. It's always good to hear.
Enjoy her content as well, and I'm glad she's still making content to
I
this
would
day.
Have been upset if she.
All right, here's another one saying immersion breaking sucks. Hand cams are fine. If you're going to face docs and body post, do it on a side account at minimum. If you want to call yourself a virtual YouTuber, there's too many tourists in VTubing. It's full of clicky mean girls and drama. Something, anything for views. So I agree with the last two parts. Very true. Too many tourists. There's a lot of clicks and mean girl and high school behavior for sure.
Am I a tourist?
This is like personal preference. A lot of people feel like this. If you're a VTuber, you should never post anything IRL. I'm more on the side of I don't really care if you do, as long as it's not like the core of your accounts. Like if you're posting as much IRL stuff as your VTubing stuff, at that point you've become an e-girl with a VTuber model. Like I don't really know what else to view that as, because we all know like posting IRL photos of yourself as a VTuber is going to get you a lot of views on Twitter. If that's important to you, go for it, I guess. But you're going to make a lot of people kind of annoyed after a while. But whatever. What's more important, Twitter likes or building a legitimate community that cares about your actual content? I don't know. Here's another one saying the VTuber versus IRL fad was and always will be a terrible idea. So there is a VTuber versus IRL trend on Twitter. It pops up every couple of weeks where people show their VTuber model versus what they look like in real life.
And this does what exactly? Is this just like a clout thing? Gotta be honest, I don't think I would ever like intentionally show my own face. Just because operational security. I do this so that way, like when my son grows up, anything I say won't come back to him. You know, because a lot of these lefties hold systemic power or like HR positions, and they'll fire people who are even associated with views like mine. So yeah, it's I don't get the trend. Like know the voice maybe. I don't know. It has to have some appeal, otherwise people wouldn't do it, right? Whatever.
And there's other examples of people calling VTubers ugly or something, and then people post their face in response saying, well, I'm not ugly. Yeah, you know what? You can post whatever you want. But I think this whole thing recently with Grok, where they've made it very easy on Twitter to add edits, like very,
oh yeah, I've seen that.
Let's say transformative edits to people's photos. Yeah, you might want to be careful with what you post on the internet. Okay? There's people posting like a safe for work selfie, and then people are like, Grok, put her in a dental floss micro bikini. Wow. And Grok is doing it. Now, this is nothing new. People have been photoshopping stuff for decades at this point. I just think it's more in people's faces. So now they're really like, whoa, this is gross. Yeah, so be very careful with what you post because people are going to do weird stuff. Doesn't mean it's fair or nice, but you need to take precaution. Don't just post something out of spite or for a trend because you want some likes on Twitter. Think about what you're doing and whether it's worth the risk or not. Okay, usually next one. Some VTubers actually fake their illnesses to use them as a way for e-begging.
Is this true? I don't know if that's a hot take. That's more like a PSA. It's like, yeah. I mean, you can't really verify a lot of these illnesses. I don't know. It's like if I say I have anxiety and depression, you just kind of have to take my word for it. If you want proof, I'm I, but like, what were they, fake things? Like, I don't know. My goodness.
Yep. This has happened multiple times. People have faked illnesses to basically crowdfund money.
That's
And
a
that's not
sympathy
really
grift.
unique to VTubers. It's like the internet. But yeah, and there's also a lot.
Yeah, there was that one lady on TikTok that pretended to have like Tourette syndrome or something. I saw a breakdown of that, and that was, oh man. And she wasn't even like convincing at faking it either. So, then like using your mental illness or affliction as a point of identity or whatever, also terrible. Because like I want to form a community based around people who have the same problems I do, but with mental health conditions, there rarely any significant overlap in terms of like personal experience with the mental health condition because everyone's so radically different. So why make a community about it? Anyway, moving on.
Of other cases where you side-eye it, right? You're like, I can't prove it, but something's not right here. And of course, you're not going to accuse someone because they can just deny it. There's no way. You can't make them go to the doctor and bring back a note for you or something. But yeah, there's a lot of shady behavior with that type of stuff. And unfortunately, going back to this one more second, the people who are actually suffering from illnesses are affected the most by this, because then people are skeptical unfairly of the actual people going through hard times or illnesses or whatever. Okay, VTuber news accounts are the bane of my existence. They don't know about journalistic integrity. So more often than not, them prying for information comes off as harassment. They are biased. They have an agenda. They will never apologize. They are only there to stir the pot.
Can I get some examples, please? Are they talking about like oh man, what's his name? No, we'll get back to the news. Oh man, I haven't watched a single video from him in like 3-4 years. I don't know if he's still doing stuff. No, I can't remember his name. But yeah, is that what they're talking about? Some sort of Keemstar stuff going on? Buddy, don't grab my face. Baby, grab my face. What are you doing? Buddy, if you want to roll over, I'm gonna put you in your pack and play, okay? Ready to go in your pack and play? Okay. Yeah, sorry, baby started grabbing my face. Anyway, I would really like some examples, or at least a clip or something. Good grief. Maybe a quote tweet.
Jeez, this is like that Japanese soldier who, after World War II, was stuck out in the forest and didn't know the war was over and kept fighting for 29 years. That's someone getting mad about VTuber news accounts. Like, how many are actually left at this point? The majority of them have either, like, semi-retired or just completely given up because of how toxic and annoying everything is in the VTubing scene. Yeah, if VTuber news accounts are the bane of your existence, you're probably doing something wrong, or you need to find some bigger problems. And talk about journalistic integrity, that's your first mistake, thinking people uploading videos on YouTube are journalists. Big mistake, trying to make this sort of standard that doesn't need to be applied, and they're biased. Okay, they're not journalists. I always find that funny with like people get mad about like VTuber news accounts or any sort of account posting on drama or anything. Like, yeah, you can be biased. Why not?
Be commentating.
You can have an opinion. Who's saying you can't have an opinion or some sort of a lean? If you present yourself as someone who's independent, someone who's not going to take any sort of a bias.
I mean, I don't think I've hidden the ball at all. I don't claim to be neutral. I'm very, very right wing. Like, I don't. If anyone's thinking that I should be neutral, boy, you have come to the wrong channel. Uh-oh. What's wrong, little man? You want to get picked up? Oh boy, we're going to do the baby juggle. Bear with me. Alright, you know the rule though. You can't be rolling on my lap. I know you're 8 months old and you don't comprehend language yet, but still, I want to keep telling you that. Okay? No rolling on my lap. No like arching your back. I don't want you to get hurt. Sit on my lap. Okay? Okay. Alright.
And then you do that, yeah, you're a hypocrite. But if you don't present yourself as a neutral person, who cares?
I'm a commentator.
If you have an opinion or some sort of a lean. Here's another one saying drama tubers, problematic fans, and parasocial fans need to be put on blast if they put their antics too far. Full names. None of this blocking out their name stuff. Most hate.
What? What? Oh, okay. Drama tubers? What? Like Rev? What are we talking about? Is Rev a drama tuber? Who's a drama tuber? I am so lost right now. I'm just so outside the sphere.
For Niji VTubers is a nothing burger, and it's not funny. It's annoying and childish.
You can dislike the company and the actions that people take. You can have opinions on that. I remember the Niji Sanji drama with Doki Bird and all that. So, this is just like a Niji fan. They're like their own special breed, Niji fans. My goodness.
Wow. Simping for Niji in 2026? Crazy. Yeah, as I recall, the Nothing Burger with Niji Sanji involves like systemic mistreatment of their workers to the point where we had a situation where one VTuber in particular was bullied by her colleagues in the organization so badly she attempted her own life while the organization knew everything going on and didn't care. And then we have a million different things happening that show major problems with how things are run and how it's putting talents in danger. Yeah, I wouldn't call those nothing burgers personally, but also we see this. Drama tubers, problematic fans, and parasocial fans need to be put on blast. I would love to see what this individual thinks is problematic.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
We'll make sure this user is the arbiter of what problematic is. I'm sure it'll be totally sane. If someone is sending you death threats, they don't deserve privacy, share the name. Yeah, 100%. So many people censor out threats they're getting. They censor the names, which I don't understand.
Well, at that point, it looks like it could be you sending it to yourself. Yeah. Oh, my goodness.
Understand why you're doing that. If they're like a genuine threat or a bad actor, like people should know that so they can block them or take preemptive measures or report them or whatever. And even blocking out their name, if it's a real post, like people will find it. It's not that hard. And unfortunately, again, just like with the illness thing, a lot of people have faked threats against themselves.
Yep.
In many cases, they're literally posting threats on burners to themselves for attention, and they censor out the names. So
yeah, the sock puppet threat thing is actually a very real phenomenon. I've seen it so many times. The sympathy farming, that's really what it's for. It's like, oh, I came out with this left-wing opinion and now I'm getting death threats for it. The evidence they use is all blurred out. And then later someone's able to see through it and eventually it's like, yes, I found the account. And it was one of their alts. So, you know, this sympathy farming is kind of stupid.
People don't go digging for the account. And unfortunately, again, the people faking it make the real threats less believable. And it hurts the people actually being harassed. Lolly and Shorta VTuber shouldn't be a thing. Well, you Shorta a tourist. If you don't want the general public to see VTubers as a bunch of jobless weirdos, start by kicking the jobless weirdos out of the VTuber sphere.
Huh?
Yes. Let's appeal to the mainstream of fans. That's going to work out so well. Yeah, let's cave in to all
affiliate push. Oof. I wonder how long they've been going. My goodness. Yeah, I don't do Twitch for a reason, but affiliate's not that big of a milestone, honestly. There's like 50 followers, then like X number of hours streamed with 3 active chatters? Or yeah, so yeah, I don't know how seriously I want to take them, honestly.
the normies who want to call you a jobless weirdo for simply enjoying VTubers. You know what? Enjoying VTubers is weird. And that's good. It's good to be weird. It's good to have different interests. Like being in the VTubing scene or enjoying anime or anything like it. It's okay. And when people call you a jobless weirdo, that's a sign that you shouldn't care what they're thinking and you should ignore them instead of curating the scene to accommodate the people who hate you and everything you're in.
Yeah. Isn't that right, buddy? He's giving a little baby commentary. But yeah, probably best not to worry too much about what others think. To a certain extent, I mean, there's valid criticism and all that stuff too. But oh my goodness, buddy, grabbing everything on my desk. At the same time, let go of the wire. Go. Okay. At the same time, the what is it? The jobless weirdo thing? Are they talking specifically about fans? Because yeah, there are some jobless weirdos out there, but at the same time, there's plenty of people who just watch it for the entertainment value. I don't know. maybe I'm just too far out of the scene. But my understanding is you can follow the personalities and still like what you see. Anywho, are you trying to blow raspberry through your pacifier? Or are you trying to whistle? Okay.
Interested in. Yeah, this is why gatekeeping is important. Do not listen to the tips and tricks of big streamers. Most of them made it big a couple years ago, and so the tips don't really work now. Yes, that's definitely true, but also a lot of the people selling tips and tricks are people who never made it.
Yeah.
You know, you have an account, a VTuber with 500 followers on Twitter telling you how to make it big as a VTuber. Like, yeah.
Here's my advice for making it big. Step 1, hit go live. Step 2, hope for the best. That's it. Be entertaining. It might fit in there somewhere. But consistently make stuff and like actually do it. Yeah? Okay. I don't know if that mic's picking up all your stuff. Oh yeah, the mic picked that up. All right, buddy. I told you not to do that. This is how you're going to end up back in the pack and play. Gurgling and cooing. Step 3, have a baby. That might help. Babies are cute. They help out a lot. My wife is asleep right now, so I'm keeping him in here with me so he doesn't cry. He gets to sit on my lap. Now he's happy. What was I talking about?
It looks suspicious. It's because it is.
Yeah, don't get scammed.
I've seen other people say this, but a big VTuber debut before actually streaming is just dumb. Get to streaming before investing thousands into a debut. I've had to convince multiple friends that getting a cool model doesn't mean you will like streaming.
Yeah, that just seems like good advice. Here's what it is. If you want to be a VTuber really bad, download VRoid Studio and just make something. Make anything. Like a really nice little character. Yeah. Okay. The little man's making noise. Make a character in VRoid Studio. And then export it and download VC Face. And it's totally free. Get started with that. Use it. See if you like it, and keep going live. Really, the hardest part, for me at least, is trying to attract new viewers and followers and getting started. Just find something that you enjoy doing and broadcasting, and at that point, you can at least have a start point. But yeah, getting started is going to be the hardest. Getting demoralized is really, really easy. Like, you'll go some days where you get no followers, some days where you get 2 or 3. But every day that you get 1, it's great. It's like Christmas. Now, I've gone like 4 or 5 days without getting a new subscriber on YouTube. It's not the end of the world. You just gotta keep trying. It's like the lottery. The more times you play, the more chances you have to win. Alright, the little man has demanded to be stood up on my lap. So now my hands are not literally tied, but they're stuck. And now, hey, no, let go of my lip. Why do you do that? You're 8 months old, and you are giving Dada the hardest time right now. Babies, so cute, but chaos engines. Anyways, yeah, getting started. Just don't get too discouraged. And hey, if you don't like it, that's fine too. I like it enough to do it to nobody, to just assume no one watches, which is perfectly fine. I know my wife enjoys it, and that's enough for me. Are you waving to? Oh, he's such a silly. All right, let go of my collar. Let go of my collar, buddy. Oh no! Oh, you are getting some very domestic feedback here, buddy. That's my shirt. Let go. Let go. I'm trying to turn you around. I'm not going to put you in the pack and play. I'm just going to turn you around, okay? You can stay on Dad's lap. No. Oh, times like this, I wish I had a camera on, but at the same time, I don't want my son to be on stream, like, visibly. I don't mind him being on the stream. Oh my goodness, buddy. No. Hold on. Good grief. No. I'm going to be wrestling him for a bit. Sorry. All right, there we go. Now you can watch the video. Watch the video with Dada. Okay? Yeah, there you go. Okay. But yeah. So don't spend anything until you think you can make something. That's my advice. Okay, buddy, you're going back in the pack and play. You keep doing this. You're going back in the pack and play. There you go. He's gonna start fussing here in like 5 minutes. All right, moving on. Baby chaos.
Yes, many such cases. Okay, the best thing you can do to start building a career as a streamer is to actually stream. Whether that means having a PNG or nothing on the screen other than the game you're playing.
Vroid Studios free on Steam. Get that, get VC face. Trust me, it's better than nothing. And PNGs, sometimes you have to pay for artwork commissions. Nothing also works, but sheer gameplay channels have had trouble in the past. Yep, there he goes. Less than 5 minutes. Oh my goodness, buddy. You want to be picked up, but you also want to roll around in Dad's lap. You know that's not. Let go. Let go of the pack and play. Hey, Daisy. All right, there we go. Got him again. He's back on my lap. He's going to reach for everything on the desk. That's why I have to reach. Oh boy. Have kids. They're great. But man, they're also a handful. I've got a little boy here and a little son. He's the cutest little kid. But my goodness, he is 8 months old and so full of energy that I don't have. And he has declared war on my sleep schedule and his sleep schedule. You don't put him. You don't put him to bed. You hope that he tires out enough to be allowed to be put to sleep. Okay, yeah. What Rep was saying, start with nothing, start with a PNG, both are fine. I recommend Vroid Studio and BC Face. It looks a little bit generic, but it gives you some motion that you otherwise wouldn't have. It also helps test your setup a bit and gives you a baseline, I would say. Because VTube Studios runs on they can use like the same cameras and stuff. Since I don't have an iPhone, I have to use a webcam with mine. And it all runs through my computer. That's why I'm not playing games like Cyberpunk or Baldur's Gate. But that's just another option available to you. Yeah.
Just do stuff. See if you even like it before dropping a $5,000 investment on a model so you can debut in front of 7 people. Because that's not how this works.
I would love to have 7 people.
People who drop so much money just for a big debut, like, no. Go out there and stream. Plus, it puts like so much weight onto your debut. That's why I think a lot of V-tweeters never actually end up doing it, because they built up this debut so much that it's going to be disappointing to them no matter what happens. But anyways.
Just skip the debut.
Oh my god, please link your eye blinking. Apparently there's a setting, I guess, in VTube Studio where you can fix your blinking so you don't do see? Didn't even mean to. Good advice, I refuse, because I like my accidental winks. It's engagement bait, it's good, and it's whimsical. So good advice, but I will politely decline on that one. Female VTubers can be completely untalented. If they have an unhinged personality, they'll succeed. Turns out, a lot of guys out there like unhinged
that is some salt.
Women. I know, crazy stuff, but it's definitely the truth. Simple formula, okay? Just look around. A lot of successful unhinged personalities.
I would like to see what they define as talented as well. Is it oratory skills, or is it like gaming skills, or is it comedy skills? There's a lot going on. Unhinged personality. Is this referring to Pippa? Because Pippa's actually entertaining. At least to me, she is. I don't know. The allure of crazy, perhaps. No, buddy. Stop. Okay, you can.
Personalities out there, but don't be too unhinged to the point where you can't function, or like you do like crazy.
Chibi Doki's autistic mating call comes to mind. That was funny. I saw that short one day when I was doom scrolling. Oh, that was funny.
Crazy stuff that'll get you in trouble, but yeah, it definitely is a pattern here. Some of y'all's designs are really boring and forgettable. One of the first things people judge you on when checking out your profile is your design. Make it memorable. This is true in many regards, but there's like a million really cool models out there. So the best thing you can do to stick out is your content. And sometimes simple is the best.
Yeah, I like simple. I mean, I don't have the drip on my model currently, but like the art has it. It's a admiral's uniform from the Napoleonic era, because I was in the Navy and I like that uniform. Yeah, you know. Other than that, it's Inu Mimi or dog ears, and I'll have a tail one day. It's just that, my budget is 0. I'm not going to invest anything that I don't make off of this, So, yeah, one day I'll get a Vroid custom thing done, and then whenever I make enough money, eventually I'll get like a live 2D model maybe. It depends on how well things go. Regardless, that's like, who cares really? I'm with Rev on this one. Make your content memorable. I really don't do a good job of that, but I try. I actually make something. I react to content, but it's also just offering anything to watch, anything to consume. If you do nothing at all, then of course you're not going to have any success. If you just rely on looks of your model, then what if you get the situation where it's like, yes, your voice doesn't match your model. That's happened a lot. It is what it is.
Like, really, I think sometimes having something a little more simple can make you stand out. Okay, like you have these
Tasteful
vTuber models,
simplicity.
these 10 grand models now. People are pulling out. It looks like an episode of Pimp My Ride or something. They have like all these ridiculous gadgets on there, a million toggles, and all these things they're never even going to use anyways. Like, sometimes simple is better, and invest your money somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
But not wrong at all. But
I invest my
anyways,
money
ladies and
in formula and diapers. That's where a lot of my money goes.
gentlemen, that was a yap
In
session.
groceries.
That's going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys
okay.
enjoyed the hot takes. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.
I did enjoy the video. Thank you, Rev. Definitely go check out Rev Says Des, even though he doesn't say Des. I haven't heard him say Des once. Good video. If you found my commentary insightful or helpful, maybe you can give me a like too, and a comment, and a subscribe. And also, follow me on Kick. I stream as often as I can. Yeah, you hear that voice? That's who determines my stream schedule. Yeah. And my microphone's picking him up, and he's taking over the lip sync. Little man, you are the supreme commander of the stream. Ultimately, whether or not I stream relies exclusively on him. The fact that we've been able to maintain daily uploads is nothing shy of a miracle, because this little man, he despises sleep. Anyway, thanks for watching. Catch you later. Bye.